Hello, welcome to part 4, playing The Roottrees Are Dead. Last time, I remember I hit a wall. I don't know if I left myself with any notes about what I wanted to do, but while I was editing the other recording sessions, I did see a few things that I forgot to follow up on. So we're going to see if those things lead anywhere. And if not, I might be floundering for a little bit, trying to figure out which direction to go in. Hopefully there's not too much rereading and not going anywhere, because we have a clear goal of trying to hit, we were at the 33 people identified. We're over the halfway mark though, which is great. Let's see. In my notes, I have that I didn't look up the boys and girls era. I don't think. And I have a note about Jim's father that I didn't look into. So, maybe that will go somewhere. Oh, and the medieval stuff. I wanted to look that up as well. So let's go to Jim. So his occupation was listed as unknown, but he's actually in advertising. So there was in one, I think it was an interview that Jim had given to or Silver Screen, I don't remember which one, and he mentioned that his dad was in advertising. So there's that. Now let's go to the internet, and we're going to search boys and girls era. Nothing comes up here. Okay. You find a fan site, or find a site about successful ad campaigns. One of the ads listed is from the late 50s, Boys and Girls Agree. It is a series of television and magazine ads for Roottrees chocolate bars. The ad campaign is described as having the premise that boys and girls are often diametrically opposed, except when it comes to one thing. Both of them agree that Roottrees is their favorite. The first advertisement in the series was the most memorable due to the bright red hair of the boy and girl involved. One of the magazine advertisements has been added to your evidence. Okay, so here are the two kiddos. This is so corny. Look at their freckles though, they're so cute. Boys and girls agree, it's gotta be Roottrees. This is an ad from the late 50s. Described as how, okay, yeah, so that's exactly the same information as what we got on the web. So I think the main thing is just that we get the photos, which I think is just, I think it's him. I don't think it's Bonnie's kids, because I think it's this generation. Okay. What happens if I search boys and girls agree? It's the same thing. Okay. Well, it got me a photo. It's not... I was hoping for a little bit more info. What if we search this in the periodical? Let's search in Business Watch. Nothing. What about Butler County Times? Nothing. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, Raffertoons. That was another thing I don't think I followed up with is an internet search. I looked at it in periodicals. There we go. A website about Raffertoons, Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. On it, there is an About page, and you find a picture labeled The Inspiration for the Famous Super Bowl Ad Campaign. Below that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. And when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. The photo is now in your evidence. Okay, so this is probably to get to... How unfortunate. Okay, so we have an alternate picture for... Wait, was this Clark or... Yeah, this is Clark. Okay. So this is his son, and these are his two kids. Where are you? Who is the younger one? His wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down. Okay, well, I mean, she's the one who looks upset, and she's also shorter. So I think you're the youngest. And then there's you. And you are Katrina. And we have Rafferty LaRue. So you're probably Jessica. And I'm just going to guess that they're students. Oh, okay. It counted that. So they are both still student age. Okay. 3 more entries. We have Jessica. Ernest Jr. is correct. And they counted Jem. And we got some of those extras. Okay, and we're gonna change this to student. I also now know that you are Kim. I don't think we have a picture of Kim. Oh wait, yes we do. We just got it. Her. Okay. Wow, so he dated 2 of the LaRues, and Jane is the one who's like, I want nothing to do with you. Okay. Can I find Raffertoons in anything else? Like Butler County Times or Silver Screen Magazine, Business Watch, Teen Blast. I don't know why it would be there. Okay. Oh, there was another thing. There was the house that Eli Jr. built. Hunch Tool House? I don't know if I spelled that correctly. Wait, hold on. Maybe we can... I lost where that was. Here. Roottrees Super Bowl ad? Let's look up Super Bowl. No. Okay. Oh wait, here we go. Roottrees Super Bowl ad. I did not do that correctly. Let's try that again. Roottrees Super Bowl spider search. The Roottrees Maples Super Bowl commercial from 1994 has a family bickering in a department store, and the father bites into a Roottrees Maple Crisp. Time stops and a jingle plays while he dances down the aisle. As he does, different things in the department store become Roottrees candy. For example, a bed that the father collapses onto becomes a giant chocolate bar. The jingle, Need the Rest, went on to be featured in other commercials with other scenarios. Okay, I'm gonna search for this. No luck. What about if I search this in the periodical? Nothing. Business Watch? Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Let's look for the song because we're probably gonna find that. Okay. The jingle goes, when you're surrounded by madness and mayhem, reach for the best. There's enough there to share, but let's face it, you need the rest. Okay. What if we just search Roottrees Maples? Mixed in with the recent news of the plane crash, there's a lot of results for Roottrees' extremely popular candy products. Their official website is unable... Okay, so I think I read this before. Yeah, no CEO or stockholders. Sister company Root. Yeah, I already read this, I think. Okay. Okay, but we do know for sure this is done. I mean, she's probably also a student, right? She looks young. Okay, we're so close to getting to where we need to go. And it's possible I have her and her mixed up, but I think it makes sense if they both inherited a need for glasses from their dad. And I was thinking that that this is probably, I mean, this says Edward. I don't know where Edward is coming from. Because I was thinking that this could be November. If this is November and she's a dancer... Oh, it worked! Okay. I'm definitely missing information. So it gave us some of the kids. Oh, okay. Well, at least we get more information because I need it.
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. Not yet. I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake. So I'll try to explain why. It's true, I'm working with lawyers. But not the candy company lawyers. My publisher's lawyers. I'm on the verge of releasing a book. And it's not kind to the Roottrees. Especially Elias and the 5 Pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy. So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now. I'll return one final time, after you fill it in. Also, there are fewer Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out. I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake.
Okay.
You're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay. I want to follow up with this. This has nothing to do with what she just said. Although I did get a piece of evidence. Oh, this updated. Okay. We'll come back to that, but I want to look up the Montjoy. The Montjoys are a popular family among armchair genealogist researchers who have spent countless hours sifting through old records piecing their story together. You decide you've earned a break, so you reward yourself with a web search on Pip Gittens, your favorite Montjoy. Pip Gittens, a noble, contracted a particularly contagious case of English sweating sickness. In typical cases, symptoms would come on suddenly, with victims drenched in sweat and dead within hours. In Gittens' case, however, he remained bedridden for months, always teetering on the brink of death. His family was amazed when he made a full recovery. Some claim Gittens' brush with death left an indelible mark. From then on, his bald spot was perpetually damp, earning him the cruel nickname Pip the Perspiring. That's so rude. Ever since, he always wore a large hat in portraits to cover it up. No credible source substantiates this, however, and in fact, many 16th century men were portrayed wearing hats. In the years that followed, at least a dozen high-ranking nobles in his vicinity died of the disease, and the blame was placed squarely upon Gittens. His name became synonymous with misfortune, and he became a pariah. Most people refused to be in the same room with him. In 1545, when a grand feast was about to run out of wine, the host spread a rumor of Pip's imminent arrival. The party cleared out within minutes. Despite his considerable wealth, Gittens struggled with loneliness. Few dared to even meet his gaze, let alone marry him. Eventually, a match was arranged with Lady Eunice Montjoy of Bavaria, whose family had fallen upon hard times and was desperate to avoid losing their estate. Lady Montjoy, pragmatic above all, wasn't afraid of disease, but she was afraid of Gittens' reputation. So she put forth an unusual request. Their children would take her family name instead of his, and if anyone asked, he'd claim to be a distant cousin. Gittens was furious, but with no other options available, he begrudgingly agreed. The deception held for centuries until a monk recovered a lost chest full of stolen belongings, including an original illustrated tree, coats of arms, and a portrait of Gittens before his marriage. The discovery reignited interest in the Montjoy family's genealogy. And Pip was just one clammy footnote in a scandal-plagued and often absurd bloodline. The notorious Montjoys are an endless source of historical drama, and you could spider search them all night. But they're not related to the Roottrees, and you've got a mystery to solve. I'm a little disappointed this doesn't connect to medieval mythology. Tales of suspense. I'm sure this is another just like flavor text thing. Series of comic books published in the early 1940s. Unlike many of its contemporaries, the characters did not have any superhuman abilities or powers. The stories focused on ordinary people caught up in peculiar circumstances, and were always solved by the end of the issue. Issue number 32 contains your favorite case, the missing branch. On her deathbed, an old woman reveals that she had a secret child, and demands that all of its descendants share in her immense wealth. Her estate lawyers are perplexed. Who are these new beneficiaries? Their only clue is a note they found on her dresser. Look closely at the family tree. All will become clear. With only minutes to go before the will reading, her son-in-law decides to take her note literally and uses a powerful magnifying glass to scour the illustrated family tree in her mansion's library, revealing the missing branch. The woman had secretly hired an artist who specialized in tiny illustrations to make sure they were included, despite her evil father's attempts to stop her. You know the story is a bit far-fetched, but you can't help but love it. Is that some secret clue? How far can we zoom in? I mean, there is still this, but we can't go in there. So it probably isn't a surprise that we're missing information about these people. Okay, we're also missing information about Bonnie Hudson. We just don't know. I wonder... Okay. This is the one that has the both of these. The partial explanation and this. So let's look at the bigger hitters. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees, who they said would be the easiest family members to place. After some time, they returned with new resources, a photo of Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 70s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. Before they called you, you heard a report on WRTD radio that seemed important to your investigation. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. Instead of returning, the person who hired you called on the phone. They claimed that they were a Roottree. The next time they returned, they gave you a partial explanation. They hired you to help verify their personal account of the family's history. All that's left to do is finish the family tree and find what's in the locked space, which they said was personal to them. Okay, that's all nice, but it doesn't super help me in terms of figuring things out. Let's search WRTD. Nothing. Let's go back to WRTD real quick. Let's search for investigative jazz. Nothing. It wasn't a break-in. Okay, yeah, and that took us to the Roottree curse. I'm just kind of following the trail right now. Nothing. I doubt this is relevant, but I'll go ahead and search it up. You find a few conspiracy websites that claim the Mayan ruby skull as a symbol of death. The alleged proof is a blurry photo of a reddish shape that is allegedly a cave painting from South America. According to legend, discovered beneath the painting were bones from hundreds of different people and animals. One site also mentions that the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rock. Amongst the spinning skull gifs, you find no sources or verifiable details to back up any photos or claims. To you, the blurry photo looks more like an egg than a skull. Sounds about right. What if I just searched the actual email? Aha. That was something I needed to do. Okay. Perhaps you could extract them using an application. This is Chris Rafferty's cousin's art project. And is said to include pictures of Davy. He swims for Yukon. Bethany's yearbook picture. Davy's younger sister. And Stephanie, who is an only child. Okay, well, it's called Cousins, right? We have Stephanie already. And this is Chris, who I'm now guessing is an artist. Because I'm pretty sure it's him. Davy and Bethany. Davy's younger sister. So we have two siblings, which could be these two. This could be Davy. Oh no. So you could, well, let me see. Bethany. Yes. Okay. That's it. The Kellogg's are over here. He is college, and I'm guessing she's K-12. Okay. Bifurcation. What a strange art project. Okay, let's go to the other one. Ah, it's found in the portfolio of college student Chris Rafferty, is referenced to as self-portrait of me and my fiance, Lulu. Cute. Okay, so now we have Chris and Lulu. It's very pretty. Louisa. Okay, let's read the actual page. Find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997 on Prodigy, that lists the author's email address as blah blah blah. Below a bunch of GIFs that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned Me and My Fiance Lulu, a painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans! There is an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist statement says, "We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, Bethany, and Stephanie. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousin's photo will need to be descrambled." Okay, and then that's what this oops. This is incorrect. There we go. Fun. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix all of the... Oh, God. Rotate your mouse wheel left or right. Or click. I'm just going to click because that's easier. Is something missing? This looks correct to me. Ah! Okay, no, that was definitely correct. This was definitely... Oh, that's definitely correct too. Oh, okay. Wow, that was subtle. Okay. And then, oh no. Oh no, I'm really bad at these. This is gonna be my downfall. Okay, yeah, that works. What? No. Oh no. I hate these so much. Okay, that's his torso. Yes. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, look. I have used no hints until now. I really don't like sliders. My brain doesn't understand that. I gave it my best shot. Okay. And they do have red hair, which is nice. Okay, let's come over here. So, David, our swimmer. I'm guessing this is Bethany. And it would make sense for our glasses wearer to be this one. What was her name? Oh wait, it was Stephanie, wasn't it? Are there two Stephanies? No, there's a Stephanie Cattrall. Okay, hold on. I had put Stephanie Cattrall over here, so that's obviously not her. Okay, so this is something else I was thinking about yesterday. There are two Sams. There's a Samantha and a Sam Cattrall. What other Cattralls do we have? We just have the two. We just have a Sam and a Stephanie. That would be really weird for a Samantha to marry a Sam. But I think this is Stephanie. She has black hair. That does throw me off a bit. Where else could a Stephanie fit? I mean, over here. You could be Sam Cattrall, actually. Maybe I am still right. Okay, and then you're her, and you are Stephanie, and you are a student, and you are Samantha Roottrees, whose occupation is as of yet not known. Look, I know, I know. But we already have some LGBT representation on the board. So I don't think it would be that unusual for Sam to actually be Samantha. So I'm going to go with that right now. But it must be wrong to some degree because it's which one's older? This isn't locked in, so I'm gonna switch these. I'm gonna make this Candy and a musician. Okay, yeah, that was a change that needed to happen. Okay, so the Cattrall and the Kellogg's are both in the correct spots. Okay, this is Wolf. And I'm guessing he's just a student. Let's search David Kellogg. Wait, was there anything else I want to look up here? What if we just search? It's the University of Connecticut. Davy Kellogg IV is on their swim team. Okay. What if we just search David Kellogg? It just sounds important. What if I search Bonnie Kellogg? No. We still don't know her occupation. Or Bonnie's. We need both of them. Did I search them? I think I did. I mean, they look like kids, so... Yeah, I don't know why those would pop up. What about... Sam Cattrall. Let's try him. Although I think I've looked him up before. Gwyneth Cattrall. No. What about Kim LaRue? What about Kim LaRue Roottrees? think it's so funny that Chris is like getting into arguments with conspiracy theorists online who are making shit up about his family. Okay. What else? We still don't know who you are. Yeah, we need his occupation still. And spouse. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our information over here. Oh, whatever that one was that had 6, this one, it's gone down since then. This is the one that has a bunch of stuff on it, and I don't know why still. Girl isn't much older. Free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Okay, so if we look at the Free Spirits generation, he became president. We don't know about her. Have I tried searching? No. No. I don't think there are more musicians, but okay. So that was trying to find Bonnie. She's really pretty. Gwendolyn Morden. And she married Wilson. I mean, her husband is involved in Wilson and what was it? Morden. No. Her sister was an artist. I don't remember if her sister talked about what she does. Have I tried looking for an Edward? There's Clancy Edward, but that's not what we mean. Yeah, there is no Edward. Wait, I mean, yes there is. It's literally right here. But there's no more blanks. Well, there's this one. I don't know. It's really weird. What if this is Miracle Jr.? What if I've just been wrong about it this whole time? And what if this is Edward? And what if this is Samantha or Tessa? Wait, where is Tessa? That's a good question. Because it felt like Tessa was someone who married a Wilkins, right? No, there's no alternate photo for you. You know, they have... Oh, because I don't have your occupation. A chef? Doctor, farmer, hairdresser. News anchor. What if I just try to shotgun guess it? I don't want to do that. That sounds bad. Okay. So here's Tessa Roottrees. And we have 3 Wilsons here. No, wait. It wasn't Wilson, though. It was something else. Wilkins. Roottrees Motors' parents. Oh, I can't... We don't even have Morgulite information. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. What if Sam isn't in the family tree? Okay, let's try doing that for now. I'm gonna remove you because I don't know anything about them. Okay, because this could be Tessa. I'm just guessing right now. And she's a mechanic. Let me go back to that picture. Okay, so here's the first picture we had, right? We had some people in the background, but they're not clickable. This is Margulite, who we know nothing about. And this is the eldest, Gwendolyn, whose tree we pretty much have done, almost completely done. This is Miracle as a kid. And then we have these two. Okay, so we've got that. Then we had this picture. There's no extra people, just them. An attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand. There's Eli. The 4 siblings ended up being clustered together. Gwen isn't here. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. These haven't been locked in. But this one is. This for sure is Miracle, the junior, and this is Miracle the third. And Edith and Nicole are locked in. And this is locked in as Miracle. This has not been locked in as Miracle's picture. But I'm pretty sure that's him. This is not helping. Schoolbound publishing. I don't know. I'm reaching for straws at this point. Nothing. Not shocked by that one. The reviewer gives it a 4 out of 5 and claims it captures the evolution and perspective from adolescence to adulthood and a true feeling of change. I think I read this already, but I'm not positive. Majority of the interactions in the book took place in Butler County, including many locations they personally recognized. It made everything feel more real and perhaps contributed to a higher score than it would have received otherwise. Don't forget, you can find this and many other books at your local library. It still says there's something. Did I look up Jacob Rafferty? No. Let's just start shooting in the dark. Linus Cornwall. Nothing. Helen Lennon. Joan Monroe. April Quaritch? We don't even know where Elias M is. He could not have named them both Elias. No. That's stupid. No. This could be Elias, though. Not that I would know what his occupation would be. But I don't think any of these other people would be Elias. So that's kind of what I'm going based off of. This photo looks older, though, doesn't it? But it could just be they stylistically decided to make it black and white. To make it throw it off. She's definitely not in the kid generation. She would be in this generation or this generation. And we don't know your name. But you have to be a Rafferty. We're still missing a Christina? But isn't Christina in this generation? Wasn't she in that photo? I'm gonna look at it in a second, but I'm just checking. No, she's not in here. So maybe you are Christina. And if you're in this generation, then you're probably a housewife. Didn't update. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm missing something big. And so we have, this is still missing something. But I feel like I did everything with this. I added their photos, as far as I can tell. This I still haven't. Oh, this appeared in 1986. Their newest fixer. So yeah, this is recent. I mean, that... So I think this is correct. I think Tessa is supposed to be here. Catherine Wilkins. And I'm just gonna put him in the mechanics. I don't have a picture of him though. Let's look at Catherine Wilkins. No. No. Did I spell Catherine correctly when I searched them? Yeah, I did. Okay, but I'm a little bit more confident that that goes here. She said something about not my brother Eli, but someone else. That would have been in this book. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Okay, so that is correct. When he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools, taught him how to make the bike. What about the business periodical? What if I search Wilkins in here? No. Wilkins. What's it called? Wilkins Motors. Or maybe I can just search Roottrees Motors. Okay. I know I'm kind of like retreading old ground, but I just don't have a picture of him. Did this not stay here? Oh, this is... Okay. So that might not be him. Interesting. Which photo was that? It wasn't this one. It was this one. So it can't be Eli because, like, obviously he's not old enough for that. Because his dad was a kid. I mean, that's kind of the only one that made sense to me. I'm gonna put it back because I wouldn't know where else to put it. I feel like I'm at a point where I need a hint because I'm getting really... Okay. Lauren mentions an old book of hers in one of her diary entries. Let's look into it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get as few extra clues as I can. And it has to be one of the ones that says... Oh, Swashbuckle My Heart. Let's look at the library. Out of print. No copies re-releases. X marks the spot. And probably under Roottrees. Okay. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottrees and from the author of the Court series. It also says to keep an eye out for Lauren Roottrees' next book, Revisiting the Diary 10 years later. Okay, that's what I needed to do. This should break things open again. This was a oh wow. Okay, maybe we can finish without another hint for a while. This is a version of Lauren Roottrees' diary released in 1975. Unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures but has many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happens between releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects, the death of Elias. A summary of the fallout has been added to your notes, as well as some other sections. Okay. Okay, so this is revisiting the diary. So it's the same cover. So what's new? The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottrees had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud: Samantha Roottrees. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Okay. Elias Jr. There's so many Eliases, though. This guy. Okay. Patricia. That means you're Sam. And Farmer? Okay, let's keep going. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that. Almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottrees in the first place. Even though she was not part of the Clancy Trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry, entitled Sam. Okay. Page of additional notes and context from the 1975. It's a companion piece to the entry about Sam. Clearly, I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottrees. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It has been a long, long time since any real Roottrees was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumbs of her mother and her adopted grandfather. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottrees for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money, after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either. But even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has palpable hatred for the 5 pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. Okay, this is a companion piece to Clark. Reading this back, I get déjà vu. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Roottrees has ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Not even I can blame her for that. I've seen what he gets up to in Starlit, but neither of us ever took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped, more than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. Whenever he could, Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock. Pun intended. So, who knows what causes these things? I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out from the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, and I imagine they wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation like that can last, and Lord knows, I was right last time. Oops. Okay, well, this is definitely Elias C. because she's talking about her brother helping to raise Clark. Alright, next. This one, it's not a companion piece to any specific entry but addresses feedback. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are, and I get it, there are 4 Elis for Pete's sake. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin? That's why they became Uncle Junior, or Miracle's Eli, or Eli C. Our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy, so now you see where my pop's name came from. One thing that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. With the women, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline. Who was Elias's mother? Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of Junior. So if you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news they got my father's name backwards. Okay. Yeah, so he's Elias M. Roottrees, but he's Miracle Junior Roottrees because he is the firstborn. Got it. Okay. So far, this is all interesting, but I'm not finding more new information. This is a page that's rather a fun bonus. Apparently, this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, she must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, your Pop is my dad. She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, don't worry, I'm glad she is gone. That's weird. That's a weird story, right? These two haven't... I wonder if these are switched photos. Because I don't know what else... I don't know what else to do. No. I'm moving back. It's because I don't have his name and I don't have your occupation. I mean, unless you're... You could be Elias C. Okay, and the other one is Edward. I think that's what's going on. Okay, and Tessa is correct. We just need to figure out... oh, okay, this picture is locked in too. Okay. And you are Edward. I don't know who your spouses are still. Okay, so this is a picture of Miracle. That it said that was locked in, but why is it still clickable? Oh, it's just to swap them. Okay, I thought it meant to remove them. But this one, this is his photo. So whoever that guy is, it's someone else. Okay. Oh, you're not... Oh, because I don't have your occupation. I mean, what if I just list you as a housewife? Maybe you are a housewife. Okay, maybe you're a hairdresser. Maybe you're interior design. Maybe you're a nurse. No, this is the free generation. Yeah, I don't know. That did give me a lot of information, but I am also still unsure. Okay. Do we still have a life between wars? 19. This is the old one, isn't it? Oh my god, there's still clues in here? What if I search for X marks the spot? No. I think that was just meant to help lead me to this. I thought this one was cleared. Now it has... Because it's the updated one, or... No, this is the updated one, the scandal one. So the 11 has gone down, though. That used to be much higher. Okay. I'm going to take one more hint, and that's going to take me to the end of this session. You have enough information to fill in Lauren's child. I mean... Is it just a wrong picture? Is that what's going on here? Oh, we can use that. Okay, I'm not going to switch anymore because we do know that that's him. Okay. That was kind of a want one. Give me another one. You got a picture of Clark Rafferty and his family from the Raffertoons website. Okay, like I know that one, but I want a new hint. His job is also mentioned on that website. Is he in advertising now? Okay, let me go back to... because this is correct. Okay. Let's go back to the Raffertunes website then. It says advertising, so I feel like this should say advertising now. Okay. What do you mean? He's based right here. What was that? It was the conspiracy theory. And then there was the root tree curse. And then there was his website. What if we search prodigy? No. I mean, I feel like he should be listed as an artist. Is he listed more specifically? Like painter? No. But he's an artist. That's what it says. I'm getting a little annoyed now. The accompanying artist statement. Oh. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Okay. Clearly, my brain is scrambled. So if I'm taking that many hints, then I need to back away. I'll probably have one more session because we're getting close to 50. It's very possible I'm still going to need hints, but I will try to step back, look at what I have, and see if there's anything that I'm overlooking next time that I come back. So let's see in our notebook, my to-do. We already did that. So for this one, we're going to examine the two versions of Lauren's diary. And what else? There's this newspaper clipping. I might just generally review the list of names because there are only so many names that are left. And what else can we do? Well, that's what comes to mind immediately. So I think we're going to stop there. Maybe look into the farm. Maybe that will turn into something like who is EC and Mr. Miller, stuff like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next time. But for now, I need a break. So see you all in part 5. Bye.